High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Formula 1 24 My Team career, where you join me for the one-shot qualifying for the sprint race around the Austrian Grand Prix, the Red Bull Ring. A very, very fun circuit, of course. Very, very flat out in most situations, and let's see if the setup of this car actually allows us to qualify better than the P22 that we have qualified, I'm pretty sure, at least within the last two races. Now once again in the corners we are gaining that time very, very well on it, as you can see in the top left corner, but then kind of in the kind of straights we are still losing out. Maybe it's not as bad on this circuit as others, but I mean, I guess we're going to see that definitely did not help us with the acceleration from this. Definitely lost a bit, at least a place or two. That again definitely did not help. That definitely messed up my corner exit from the last turn. So we could have qualified maybe P16 over there, maybe even P15, maybe even a little bit higher, but P21 it is this time around. So let's see what we can do during the race, as Max is on pole, Norris second, and Sergio Perez in third place.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Albon, Stroll, Ocon, Gasly, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Vesti, Bottas, Maldonado, Joe, Red, and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
So here we are lined up in P21, right behind our teammate Maldonado and right beside Guan Yu Zhou and Logan Sargent, as it's lights out and away we go. Now, it definitely would have been a lot easier to try and at least get into the points at the start if we qualified P15. That's only 5 cars, and we are going to see how much cars we're going to overtake within the first lap over here, doing those sneaky little overtakes down the inside that the AI doesn't really defend or go for themselves, but already up one spot. And as we're going to get into turn, what is this, 4 I'm pretty sure, or a little bit of a slap from Magnussen over there. Luckily no damage, just a warning from the FIA. Now definitely could have gone up a couple more places over there, not just the one on Bottas, but we do manage to make it work, actually going past our teammate Maldonado as well. So what is that, 4 or 5 places up, so we would have already been up closest to around P10 if it was a better qualifying. But you know, let's not focus on that anymore. The sprint race, lap 2 in P18. Now I did actually overtake Tsunoda over there, but I kind of let off because I did kind of overtake him fully off track, so I thought, you know, not really point of doing that over there. So let's just ease off, get the AlphaTauri Racing Bull Toro Rosso Minardi to overtake us, and then we are going to try and overtake him once again, as Tsunoda tried to go down the inside of Guan Yu Zhou over there. That puts them both out of position from turn 1 over here, and as our teammate Maldonado right behind us nearly going 4 wide over there, I'm pretty sure. We managed to cut down the inside. That annoying thing with the AI that they just kind of drive to the side of you, break your underbody, but just slight damage for us over there as we just slowly go down the inside of the track, just kind of block everyone off around us. Now on to lap 7, as we can see, that fight did kind of cost us, as we are, I was about to say P15, but we are going to be, I guess, P4, I guess, no, 16, and we were in P16, now we are in P15, and now, after that crash over there, the tyres going off a little bit, we just kind of understeered out onto the gravel, which made us spin over there, so not really looking good, are we? So on lap 7, really ruining our sprint race over there. At least we weren't into the fight within the fight of the points, but you know, still, you don't really want that when you are, well, we need consistency even if we aren't consistently in the points, because I need to kind of learn that now, because when we are going to be consistently fighting for points, we need consistency over there. But as we see over there, over the last couple laps over here, I just lose so much pace on these old tyres. Somehow a green sector 1 still, so just getting a good exit from turn 1. But yeah, not really a good sprint race. Hopefully more to come with the qualifying for the proper race and the main race itself. Hopefully a little bit better over there as Guan Yu Zhou, driver of the day, climbing up those couple positions. Max Verstappen wins from Norris and Leclerc. Let's see what we can do during qualifying for the main event.
High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
So there we go. Are we going to do better than P21 for the one-shot qualifying for the main race? I guess we'll just see. I guess we can't really get much worse than that. You know, it's only P22 behind there. But can we actually do okay and, you know, not qualify on the last row of the grid? Now, going into Sector 1, we're actually quite far behind in terms of positions, but we're only about 2.5 tenths behind the leader, which is about a tenth faster than before. But as we are seeing, I'm not really sure if people have changed their setup, or are just better, having a better lap than before, because I mean, before we were sitting around, you know, the P15 area around this time, and now we are in last place, so not really looking too good into qualifying better for the main race than the sprint race. Absolutely just trying to send it everywhere, get up 2 positions. Can we keep up with the P20, P19? Can we get across the lap in P19? I think we just managed to. Very good, I guess, very good. Better qualifying than before. Hopefully giving us a chance to get closer to the points with Norris on pole, Verstappen second, and Leclerc in 3rd place for the Ferrari team.
Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Stroll, Gasly, Ocon, Albon, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Bottas, Magnussen, Vesti, Red, Zhou, Sargent, Maldonado, and Sergio Perez completes our grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So there we go, lined up in P18, as I'm pretty sure Joe had some sort of penalty. So starting a little bit further up on the worst side of the grid though, so let's see if we can get a decent start, which we do. Bottas definitely did not get a good start, as we sent it down the inside of many cars, make slight contact with the Williams of Albon over there, but we still managed to get out in P15 out of all of that stuff in turn 1. Now sending it down the inside once again of a couple cars, get side by side in front of the Haas and just behind the Alpine of Gasly over there. Now side by side with Magnussen over here. Can we get ahead by the end of this straight over here? Down the inside, braking late, nearly get past Gasly as well. I definitely did not want to brake that late, but we did. Slight contact, but no damage for anyone. Not really wanting to do too much of that as well, because we kind of cost Gasly a couple tenths over there. So now he is just barely inside the DRS of Ocon over there, which we do need the DRS. And as we can see, we actually dropped back from the DRS of the cars ahead, which is really bad. So I thought, oh, I need to make the overtake right now and hopefully catch the DRS once again on Ocon, but we don't. But at least we overtook Gasly. Really nice move over there. I would just need to use the remainder of the lap over here to try and get inside the DRS, but we didn't, we couldn't. On lap 4, we're 1.3 behind Ocon, and just with not enough pace anymore after using all of it, you know, just to try and sneak down the inside of many cars along the first couple laps. Now fighting with Gasly for 11th place, so just outside the points, you know, one more overtake somewhere. If we would have been faster off the line somewhere else, we would have been able to get Ocon over there. And as we can see, we actually do get close at certain points with the fastest last lap over there. So our car definitely is set up for the corners, because the last sector over here is definitely very focused on downforce with all of those sweep and turns over there. Now we actually get really close to Ocon and the cars ahead, as they were actually fighting Stroll with Russell, I'm pretty sure, tangled over there, which made the free fall back a bit from the cars ahead. As we can see on the minimap, a little bit of a buffer from Russell and Stroll to the cars ahead, and we're just falling back even further now as they're going side by side with Ocon right behind and us right behind Ocon. Now we really need to watch out, get the right moment, use the right moment to get past these guys. We can definitely at least get one overtake if we play our cards right, maybe even two. Not sure if we're going to have enough pace to actually get ahead of Russell if we do manage to get past these two. Slight contact with the back of Ocon, and once again damaging our front wing. That is definitely not what we needed. Definitely a race, maybe not ruining, but definitely race kind of, I guess, slightly ruining crash over there. You know, it could have been worse, but we could have just avoided contact altogether. But we'd had so much downforce in the last sector that I was just going, you know, with my pace, and Ocon just couldn't handle it over there. As we do actually manage to get past Ocon now, trying to push him out right to the outside over there. A little bit of bumping side by side over there, but we do have the inside line for the next turn, and we do manage to, maybe not stay ahead, but stay side by side. Now can we keep Ocon down the inside, squish him down so far back so he just doesn't have enough space to turn? But with our damaged front wing, it definitely does affect me in that turn over there. I definitely would have kept around the inside, the outside of Ocon in that situation over there, if not for the damaged front wing the lap before. So bad play by me, definitely watching out now a lot more than before, but still within DRS range of Ocon. We haven't fallen back at all. We did actually fall back to Stroll a little bit, but Ocon is still within DRS of Stroll, so that is very good for our little battle over here. But as we can see, Stroll and Russell fighting so hard for the last couple laps that, as we can see, the gap ahead is just absolutely massive. Really going wide over there. The front wing not allowing me to turn in as I would. And now that actually means that we lose about 4 tenths to Ocon over there. Now we have to actually defend from Gasly into this next corner. Now, at this point, I'm just hoping, can we stay within, close enough to Ocon to stay within the slipstream when we need it, to stay within the DRS onto the next lap, but with the damage that we basically, it was my fault that we have the damage, but because of that damage, we go out wide once again when we span, or I guess half span in the sprint race, lose time, lose about a second to Ocon over there. That means that Gasly does get past us. So from what at one point about a lap or two ago, looking to maybe getting P9, P8 maybe even, to falling down to P12, they actually avoided overtaking Gasly over there because they wanted the DRS down the main straight over here, because I mean, if I would have overtaken him over there, it just would have meant that he would have overtaken me back down here, and we were actually still behind him going into the detection zone of this straight over here. So we do get a double DRS boost over there, getting past Gasly once again. Now really watching out for that corner over here now, as there's some yellow flags on the sector 3 over here. Now what's going on over there? We see cars going slowly behind on the map. As you can see, a big gap between me, Magnussen, Gasly, and then the rest of the people trailing us. Now what is going on over there? Still more yellow flags, and it's Alex Albon out of the session, and a virtual safety car deployed for, I think, the first time this season, I'm not really sure, and perfect timing for Pastor Maldonado over there, as he was just at the pit exit kind of line. So he basically gets a kind of free-ish pit stop. He is still quite far behind because it was just a regular virtual safety car, not a proper full-on safety car, so still far behind, quite a lot of time to gain. And as we kind of focus in on just trying to defend for the rest of the race, or at least until the pit stops, kind of push out Magnussen wide over there, just a Magnussen move, so not really anything to look into over there. But as we can see, from being with Ocon and Stroll and Russell for so long, to now being 4.5 seconds down on them and having to defend from the cars behind instead of looking forwards like we were doing so successfully for a couple laps. Now really bad exit with Gasly over there. Of course, he does have DRS once again over here. I try and get the slipstream just a little bit more top line speed over there, and then quickly getting down the outside to stay ahead of the Alpine, and basically just playing defensive now. We can't catch the cars ahead. I don't really want to let the cars behind me pass, because I mean that's really all we have left in this race. As Gasly gets past, but whoa, really bad mistake by us over there. We wanted to go down the inside, but I wasn't really fully committed, so I thought about pulling down to the outside, and that meant that we now have a clipped wing from the other side now. So I mean, it was still drivable with the damage from on the right side, because it was very slight. It did kind of hinder us in a couple of corners, but now with the damage on the other side of the car, we are just dropping back even further from to the cars ahead, and I mean the fending would have just been 10 times harder now than it was before. So I just thought, well, my tyres are already dropping off anyways, so we do have to pit in within a couple laps anyway. I'll probably be there with the next lap or two. So let's just go in, get a fresh set of tyres and get a new front wing, because, I mean, we're going to lose more time, I think, with the broken wing than given those extra about 5 to 6 seconds to replace the front wing over there. Now, we actually come out in P20 somehow. I'm not really sure why. Pastor Maldonado was really far behind. I'm not really sure if he pitted in once again, but another fastest sector 3. So definitely showing that on the right tyres at the right time, my car is actually pretty decent and very fast. As we get out just behind Gasly, so actually that means we made up quite a bit of time with the new fresh set of boots and the new front wing, actually meaning that we kind of basically get past Gasly with the kind of quicker pit stop that we made by about, what is that, 3-4 laps, so good stuff over there. Now, we of course have the heated up tyres now, so we are just going to be pushing Hulkenberg past the next couple of corners before his tyres start to warm up and get into the proper operational window for those hards over here. But that's basically it. We are staying on the hards right until the end, I guess, unless something happens, but hopefully nothing does happen. And on lap 19, are we going to send it down the inside? Yes, we are. Hulkenberg's tyres just not fully warmed up yet, and we managed to get past the Haas. Now, the Haas does get to DRS on us, or does it? It does, I'm pretty sure. I can't really see from this camera angle. But we just keep down the inside like we have done quite a couple of times on this in this race already, and we do manage to stay ahead of Hulkenberg and put a nice little gap to him as well. As our teammate Pastor Maldonado, I guess he just had some issues, that's why he pitted once again, because I'm pretty sure he would have been way ahead of me if he pitted under that virtual safety car at the start of the race. And as we can see him on the map over there in sector 3, get past Magnussen, well, I guess not yet, but we do have the inside line for the next corner, so managing to get past the other Haas, 2 Haas behind us. Now, I really wanted to get past Magnussen really quickly to stay ahead with Tsunoda, because I did see that he had a little bit more pace than the cars behind, so I didn't want him just to run off and me stay behind Magnussen trying to overtake him within the next lap or two. And now on lap 21, send it down the inside of Tsunoda, get a little bit loosey-goosey on the backside over there, going out of turn, well, I think it's 3, right? No, 4, 1, no, it is 3, and yes, now all we have to do, I guess, until the end of the race is hope that someone in front of us DNF, so we actually get into the points, because we aren't going to catch up a 7-second deficit to Ocon, because the Alpine is just a much better car, and he is in pretty much free air, or I guess fighting the cars ahead, but pretty much in a DRS straight, kind of carrying themselves forward. And we basically just have to do something to stay ahead of Tsunoda and everyone else behind us. Now on lap 26, as we can see, we actually are closing in to the cars ahead slightly, because I guess they are fighting. They did actually, pretty sure there was just one Aston before, so now they have basically kind of just grouped up over there and are basically just slowing each other down. And now we are losing time to the cars ahead, but gaining to the cars behind. Now, I had this one opportunity on one lap where Tsunoda was fighting with Magnussen, and they went side by side into a corner, which basically meant that they slowed each other down. I managed to get out of the DRS range from the cars behind, and then they just kept on fighting and fighting, and I basically got fresh air and basically just could just do my own race afterwards. It was kind of boring. It would have been nicer being in the points, but I mean, still P11 on pure pace and actually managing to pull a gap on the cars behind, I'd say is a pretty decent race, and definitely a lot better than last season. I actually do get driver of the day as well, which is pretty nice as well.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
So there we go, Max wins with Leclerc in second place, and I'm pretty sure is that Lando Norris in third. Yes, it is. P11 for us, just outside of the points, but hopefully we can just keep learning about how to set the car up properly with the right amount of fuel, wing level, and the right strategy. And then hopefully the next kind of half of Season 2 is just going to get even better. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.